gang.
Adam Goldberg has come to the stage, and I'm not going to connect any dots with what we've been discussing.
I've discussed on I have a family history of muscular dystrophy. Got you to stop laughing with that one.
I don't think that's a problem for you, Adam.
Getting people to darn you, Kamal. You quick.
Hey, Adam, go ahead. Adam, welcome to the stage.
Thank you. Hey, Adam, come on up here. Now edit it so it looks like we invited him. Adam, what do you have to say? Come on up, buddy.
I like Kumail's idea that this podcast is still edited by people other than lawyers.
I'll be the devil's advocate and say Adam by definition has become the uninvited. You know,
which was a horror movie.
Also, he had a good stint. I was listening to the car on the way here. He made forward steps last week, right?
And in physical therapy, yes.
And coming up unasked and leaving on applause.
That was good. Yeah. Okay, sorry, what were you going to say?
No,
muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, so my dad's in a wheelchair like 90% of the time.
Pitiful.
Should it be like 85 or should it be like 93? Because we can
Wait, do we get to vote on it?
No, I'm saying
I'll go with
pitiful.
0.
All right. I'm pulling in that direction, but the thing is, there's this other medium that we see people who are like, who have Olympic stature and have a disability, and we see them as like this example of super crips, which is an actual term in discussing the disabled. It's
super crips,
not like the super bloods. No, and we think that since not every person is going to be an Olympic runner despite losing their legs, we look at normal people who lose their legs and say, well, why aren't you this guy? Why aren't you held to this standard of being a super Olympian who wants it the most?
Now, the super bloods, their undoing was kryptonite, right?
Yeah. Don't boo! I loved it. I love that one, Jack. Play it. Play it to your own punchline.
All right, so I like what you're circling. Keep going, baby.
So in Iron Man 3, there was one of the huge... I'm trying to play to you guys. We're in a comic book shop. In Iron Man 3, the extremist virus was about a disability. It was about people who came back from war. And when we finally hear one of these people speak, when he's in the news van, he said, what was the most important day of your life? Person in the extremist program, and the person responded, the day I decided my disability wasn't going to hold me back. Now, there's not one person in this movie who gets extremists who we meet who isn't evil. Pepper Potts has already been established as a good character who gets extremists, but by and large,
spoiler alert,
these people are really. You should have statistically they've seen it. It's the second biggest movie of all time.
Yeah, he's box office challenged.
My dad's in a wheelchair. I can spoil movies.
All right, continue. I think it's fine.
Is that one of the benefits?
That's one of the. They give you a little card.
You get the thing. You can park your car anywhere. You can spoil movies.
I'm benefiting from the fact that I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm going to benefit from whatever Adam's point is before I benefit from Iron Man 3. That's for sure. I know that.
Go ahead.
And so we get this guy, and the implicit thing is that all these people wanted, that they were ruined and that the only way to get better is through drugs, except that the hero of the movie just decides to use willpower to get over everything from PTSD to not having his superpowered armor. So we kind of see the extremist thugs as taking the easy way out. They're the villains of the movie. They're destroyed by his old armor, which he blows up. Because the movie's about becoming whole and getting rid of your disability through willpower.
So much as we decided at some point in the 80s or 70s that parents should both go to work. Like mom can work and dad can work, and kids can have a house key around their neck and they can come home from school and eat some instant oatmeal and because capitalism gets what it wants. Are you saying that we're kind of the wrong energy gets behind this concept of A good handicapped person, a heroic handicapped person, is a person that just works way harder.
The cases are such that most handicapped people can't do that any more than you could grow a third arm by wanting it the most, or not having anywhere to hold your coffee or something.
Of course.
Well, I've been unable to write for 2 months because women have rejected me. I don't know what I'd do if I lost a foot. I think I'd cash it
Voiceover. Dan Harmon loses a foot.
Yeah, that would be your crutch if you lost a foot.
Hey, that's me. But where's my foot? Well, it all starts 3 days ago. Oh, that's the other thing. And your fucking pilots.
I was using a lawnmower when.
Do not fade in on something interesting happening for 5 minutes and then go to black and say 3 weeks earlier.
And then spend like 20 pages just getting to the guy with his.
Figure out how to start your story interestingly, or get it there quicker. You
and
lazy
don't
jerk.
use the word heroic when referring to disabled people, because they really don't. They don't like that, because it's implying that your existence is something that's so hard that you have to be extraordinary to overcome it. It's a term for people who go out of their way to do something beyond the moral expectation of the average person, not someone who gets out of bed every day, because otherwise they're going to be in bed
I kind of
day.
cringe every time someone on CNN or a major news organization uses the word hero. They throw it around.
Oh boy, yeah. It hasn't been used right in a while.
Yeah, it's like a hero. It's like a lot of people do things that people do in acts of crisis and stuff like that. It's not heroic, and also it drives me.
Well, hero has come to mean just cool person.
Did a good thing.
Like just popular person.
Heard screaming and told someone. That's the standard of heroism nowadays. And then people were like, "Oh, are we destroying America's heroes? This guy was actually a domestic abuser." It's like, you gave him the term hero really, really easily. You can take it away just as. If it doesn't mean anything, it doesn't mean anything on the other end, too.
And taking it back to what I was talking about earlier when I was babbling about that documentary I loved, I think that my takeaway from the whole WikiLeaks story, which is this amazing, enthralling story that you watch, is that we have these systems that we totally accept and let them continue. But as soon as one person says, this system's fucked up, and I as one person am going to do something so powerful that it's going to fuck up with the whole system, or just fuck with it a little bit, we focus on that person because they're a person, and if they also have a stutter, or they also have a weird personality, or like in Julian Assange's case had like sex offense charges,
and
I'm not going like oh shit, he was crucified, blah blah. Watch the documentary. Every point surrounding the story is really weird and awesome. But like we focus too much on these people and the systems that aren't human in the first place, that are doing all the fucked up shit. That's how they like it. It's a system, and it just stays in place. And then anybody that starts to speak up and goes like, "Hey, can we adjust the air conditioning in here?" Like everyone can turn to that person and go like, "Okay, what's your name? Where did you make your money last year? What do you like for dinner?" Like say, just start talking, and then you're in the spotlight, and sooner or later, because you're human, you're going to fail. And then the system goes, "Well, so much for that alternate point of view. That failed."
No, but don't you think he sort of cultivated that a little bit? He wanted it, like the guy who came out today saying that he was the one who leaked PRISM and everything.
Snowden,
did you see that? Yeah, Snowden. He's totally like cultivating a whole thing. He like has like, and he
because
talks
he's
about,
a human being, yeah.
Yeah, but
in the meantime,
he's presenting himself as that. And
I think
yes, because he's a human being. Because human beings are braggarts and narcissists
right.
and rapists and thieves and liars and politicians and diplomats and villains
and lovers and healers. Because we can
they're
put
smokers,
the label on
tokers,
someone.
midnight jokers. Systems never get held to that scrutiny. You don't get to say this is what Google is. You have to anthropomorphize it in order to do that. You have to and so they continue on being systems. Which, if a person did what these systems did, you would go, well, that's kind of fucked up of you. You keep talking about freedom all the time. You sure are blowing a lot of people up, fucking weirdo. Hypocrite! Look at Jerry over there. Look at he keeps. Hey, why don't you talk about freedom some more and like kill some more people? Jerry, shut up! Get out of here! Like a system can do that.
And sometimes people represent too much. When you consider President Obama as, like, when we saw him in 2008, he was much more a symbol than a person.